to Sydney for the half Ironman this weekend. So, as you all would know, Western Sydney half Ironman. I got everything in the back, so the bike is in the back, and then obviously everything else is also in the back. So it's about a 3-hour drive from Canberra to Sydney for like driving up to the race. It's Saturday morning, so we're gonna check in the bike, get the bib, do all of the admin stuff today, check the hotel, and then just kind of hang out. Obviously carb loading as well, and we're carb loading with, as always, cereal. Yeah, aiming. I think I'll aim to try and get like 900 to probably like 900 grams of carbs today. I'm already about 150, so we're tracking well, and it's only 9 o'clock, but I'll probably eat some more food later on. So we're about to go for a little shakeout ride just to see the course, as I have no idea what the swim, ride or run course is. So that's what we're doing now. Also, since we've driven all the way for about the past 3 hours, 4 hours, I haven't really had much to eat. So I'm going to have 100 grams of carbs in the water and then get into this. But yeah, I got a lot of carbs to go today. We're done. Now we can go home and eat. Is it on?
Yep.
Alright. We're back in the hotel room, and I got my stuff. Dropped off the bike, and I got a gold cap somehow. I have no idea how that happened, but apparently I came in as top 7%. In 2024 with only 2 races, which makes no sense.
Top 7% of the whole world.
Yeah, Ironman all world silver status, top 7% athletes in my age group in the whole world.
Wow.
Which is weird because I only started last year, but hey, now I get a cool little cap and little keychain. Got the pink swim cap. This is the first time racing with a pink swim cap. Not because I'm quick. Well, it's the fastest swim group, but I'm just gonna try and keep up with everyone and swim quickly. So we'll see what happens. Plan is for the ride tomorrow, I think I'm going to put in 5 scoops of raw fuel. So 5 scoops, 125 grams of carbs, each bottle, so 1-2 hours. So I'm going to be pushing for 200 grams or 250 grams, but 100 grams plus an hour. That's just because I have a feeling I may not drink everything. But if I do start having like gut problems, I'm going to be carrying 1 gel in the back of my pocket. Just in case, fluid gets too much for me. I don't have my whole fueling and all my gels and everything set up in the hotel room because We're actually checking out tomorrow morning at like 5 a.m. when we're leaving to go to the race. So I'm just gonna do my bottles tonight, and then I'll go into like, I guess, my setup tomorrow morning when I'm down on course. And ended up hitting, I think, about 800 grams of carbs today, maybe 5.5, 6,000 calories. So not a bad fueling day.
For the Panthers try cut from.
What I thought was going on Tuesday. Yeah, what I thought was
Okay. Alright, we're gonna do a quick recap now because we've just spent the past like 2 hours trying to get out of the event. But overall, really good. So this was the first time I've swam in a long sleeve wetsuit, which I'm probably not gonna do again because today went pretty terribly and like my shoulders kind of blew up. Honestly, I have no idea why, but the only thing that was different today compared to other events that I've done was the like long sleeve wetsuit compared to not wearing or having a sleeveless wetsuit. But overall, swim was alright. I think
It just limited your mobility, didn't it?
yeah, just like limited my mobility, and I think then that obviously put more loading on my shoulders, which wasn't a good start. But then overall, like the ride was really solid. So I averaged, I think, 38 k's an hour. I think it was maybe average of like 240 watts. And then I'm not sure what the time would have been, but it's probably like a 2:22 hours or something. Transitions were, I think, on average maybe like 3 minutes, I think. So yeah, bike was pretty solid. I pushed it. I did push it, and then I also got picked up by a couple groups and like sat on people's wheels for a little bit of it, which definitely helped. And yeah, I had about 110 grams of carbs on the bike. So I had my 2 water bottles, and then also I grabbed a caffeine gel, and then smacked that down. So that would have been, yeah, definitely up there. And then yeah, got off the bike and then started to like get into the run. And at the start, I think I pretty much averaged the same pace for the whole run, but I felt really strong in the back end. I was kind of anticipating something to go wrong in my head. I was thinking, I'm gonna like blow up, like get tired, like quads are gonna get sore or something like that. But then towards the back end, the last like 10 Ks, I felt really solid. So I really started to push it. And then ended up, I think, averaging like a 4:24 pace, or like I think it was like a 1:33 marathon or something. So yeah, it was overall pretty good. And then yeah, Ironman, second Ironman, it was a second half Ironman, and I got a 4:33. So yeah, overall pretty good.
How much quicker is that than last year?
And it was pretty much a 30-minute PB from last year. So Geelong last year was 5 hours like on the dot. This year was 4 hours and 33. So really solid, can't complain. And then I've got another event in like 2 months, so that'll be another half Ironman event. So I definitely think I could make some improvements and go from there. But I'm hungry and gotta have a shower because I've pissed 3 times in my tri suit, and I'm currently still in the tri suit, so I definitely gotta have a shower, so I'm gonna do that. It is, yeah, a couple days since race day, so I've had a bit of time to reflect on it, and then also on the day, like once the event finished, it was a bit hectic because we actually had to drive back home as we didn't have a place to stay that night. So basically checked out of the hotel on the morning of race day, raced, and then drove a couple of hours, like 3 hours back home. The camera died, so basically I was MIA all afternoon, and then the following day I kind of just took off and just did my own thing. I didn't really feel like recording or sitting down and I'm doing like a bit of a debrief. So I'm gonna do it now. As I said in the video, huge effort. Really happy with it overall. There are little things where I think I can make improvements upon. So I'll be racing next race in a sleeveless wetsuit, as when I tested the wetsuit, the long sleeve wetsuit in the pool, I did feel a little bit of like mobility issue, or just like not tightness but fatigue and soreness that came on almost straight away, and I just thought it was fine. Like I remember I tried it a couple of days before the race in a pool, and like it just made everything a lot harder. And look, I have no idea why. I don't think I put the wetsuit on wrong. I don't think I did anything like out of ordinary that the wetsuit wouldn't have. I don't know. I think I personally have quite broad shoulders compared to, you know, a normal triathlete that the wetsuit is designed for. So I just run into mobility issues, so I'm not going to be swimming in a sleeveless wetsuit anymore. And you may or may not have seen, but on the day I actually had like, for context, like the wetsuit normally goes down to like there. I had the wetsuit like up here on me on the day, so I could then bring all of this extra like fabric up to try and give myself more mobility in my shoulders, but it didn't help me out. So yeah, that was one big thing that could have maybe gave me a couple of minutes. My T2 time was so long. I don't know what I was doing, but I remember I had to put socks on. I messed around trying to put my socks on, do my laces up. So I'm going to be buying some performance or like some elastic laces that I can just like quickly pull and tighten. I would have loved to run like 420s, 415s, but throughout the whole run, I didn't really have any dips of energy. I didn't feel like sore or fatigued in my legs until probably like kilometer maybe 19 or something. So I had one of the best runs off the bike I've ever had. I think I just can simply attribute that to my fueling and nutrition. Otherwise, I don't think I would have had anything in the tank. The day before, I had about 850 grams of carbs, or about almost 900 from memory, and from what ChatGPT said to me when I put all of my meals in. On the morning, I was actually feeling super nervous. The videos don't really show it, but I was like really nervous. I went to the toilet like 2 or 3 times. Was gonna have oats in the morning, But since I was just so nervous, I just didn't eat anything. And so what ended up happening was I had a coffee, went to the bathroom, and then once we got to the race, I then had a gel before the swim. That was pretty much it. And then getting into the bike, I had 4 scoops of raw fuel. So it was about 100 grams of carbs in each bottle, 2 bottles, so 1 bottle per hour. I initially planned on putting in 4 scoops, but then I thought to myself that, okay, I'm going to put 5 scoops in each bottle because chances are I'm not going to drink my bottle to the absolute, to the absolute bottom, to the very, until it's empty. So I put in 5 just to make sure that, you know, if I leave a little bit in left over, that means I've already got, 100 in. I also was able to pick up or grab myself a caffeine gel off one of the volunteers that were on the side of the road. So on top of the 10 scoops total I also had 1 gel, or 1 caffeinated gel. So it would have been at least 110 grams of carbs per hour, maybe 120. My gut handled it really well, and I actually didn't feel any discomfort or problems on the bike on the day. As I said as well, I was fully hydrated, so I actually pissed twice on the bike, almost on purpose, because I wanted to make sure that I was hydrated getting into the run, and I didn't want to, under drink on the bike and then start the run and not without having to pee. Or I just wanted to be hydrated. It's a bit gross, and I know peeing on the bike is gross, or peeing yourself is gross, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to have any issues or wasn't going to cramp on the run. So on top of the carb intake I was having, I also was having 300 milligrams of sodium for each scoop. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 1500 grams of, 1500 milligrams of sodium per hour. And then going into the run, I was confident and hoping that I wasn't going to cramp, which didn't end up happening. And then getting into the run, I had about a gel every 20 minutes. So 30 grams of carbs every 30 minutes. And then I had a gel as soon as I started running. I think I would have had maybe 4 gels over the whole run. And so how I did that as well was my Garmin, I made it give me a reminder on the bike every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes I would reach back, have a massive gulp or massive sip of water. And then the run, I also had an alarm set or a reminder every 20 minutes to have a gel. Yeah, I've got some improvements and things in mind that I want to work on for the next race. I've got 2 months from now until the next race, and then a month after that, and then it's the full Ironman. And look, I'm feeling confident. I think I'm going to make some little changes to my training plan, but overall I think I'm in a really good spot. And I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone on the day, on the course, the day before, just coming up and saying hello. Seriously, it's pretty surreal, just running on course and hearing, people call out your name. It's beyond me. So I really appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone I got to meet, everyone that cheered me on and just said hello. It was awesome, and I'm honestly really grateful for it. So I hope to just keep doing what I'm doing and helping out where I can, really. Yeah, that's all I got. Actually, my splits, that's probably another thing everyone's wondering. The actual splits, not my splits in my head that I thought I told people. So 4 hours, 33 minutes, 13th place, 13th place in my age group, 18 to 24 year olds. My splits for the swim, average pace of 1:43 per 100 meters. On the bike,
I was an average speed of 37.8 kilometers per hour. And then on the run, I was averaging a 4:21 minute per kilometer pace. Yeah, and then my transitions were 3 minutes and almost the exact same. 3:13 and 3:14. So lots of room for improvement there on the transitions. Like if I was to just transition like just 3 minutes quicker, I would have went sub 4:30. But hey, it's not the end of the world. See you all soon. Peace.